Hey there, Kevin E. West, Kevin E. Back again with another intro video for you while you're considering engaging with the Actor OS program. And this one is about a subject none of us like, and that's the word practicality. And I completely understand that. Don't forget, I'm a Pisces. So artist, sandbox, practical doesn't really go together. I completely understand that. But the truth of the matter is, if you're going to involve yourself in this career, there is a simple practicality that's involved. And it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what city you're in. The truth of the matter is, there are practical things we have to do when we pursue this career. And throughout the Actor OS program, I'm going to address a lot of those. Now, I've already mentioned, but I'm going to continue to mention that I like metaphors. I like analogies. I do lines from movies. That's just what I do to help sort of coalesce some of the philosophies and practices that I have. And to that end, obviously, my analogies for practicality in this profession is the fact that we understand what dating is unless you're really young, and then your parents would be the person who understood that. Uh, Buying houses, living in a house, buying shoes, groceries, and cars. These are a lot of the practical analogies I use towards this profession because the truth of the matter is, hey, we still got to pay the bills. Acting as a profession sometimes pays the bills. Sometimes it pays the bills the amazing way we hope they would. But more often than not, percentage wise, they don't. So there's a natural practicality that goes along with simply living life, looking at your future, knowing that the construct of your life over the course of time is going to change. That's just a natural part of pursuing this profession. There is a natural practicality to our daily emotions that kind of go up and down, which can also be very injurious to your business efforts. It's just a nature of what occurs to us as artists, which means that the practical organization efforts and efficiency that you have in pursuing your career are absolutely mandatory. It's just something that we got to do. And the better we get at it, ironically, the much easier it becomes to even infuse pursuing your career in the midst of sort of the craziness of life and the practicality of what you have to do. But I also want you to know that there's a practical part of also being an artist. A lot of actors are left very often with sort of not knowing where we're at from the artistic side. And practical thing that you're going to cover throughout the Actor OS is understanding that your feedback a lot of times as an actor is just simply the fact that they call you in again. Because I know it's a common thing people tell us, well, we got to get feedback. Yeah, that's true. But in a lot of marketplaces, especially bigger ones in bigger cities, it's become harder and harder because of digital technology in the 21st century to get feedback from your representative. But if that office calls you in again, that's your feedback. From practical purpose terms, they're telling you, hey, you didn't get the last one, but we like you. So that's really an awesome way to look at practicality, even from the artistic side. But being an actor, auditions are in the moment, right? But the game plan is in the future. And there's just a practical reality of that we have to do that. Other forms of practicality that we're going to cover in the Actor OS are going to be the fact that expectations without effort kind of kill your efforts and kill your dreams. So that's something to be very, very aware of. It's natural in our lives that we have to deal with all sorts of personal tragedies throughout while pursuing a career. That's just the nature of life and this profession. We have to be practical about the fact that those things are going to occur no matter what we do. And one of the most practical things I've seen in my time, because I've been doing this a long time, are actors who sort of struggle with quitting or moving on from the pursuit of it as money, not necessarily the joy of being an actor. And what I say that, from a real practical sense is if that's a place that you ever get to, my strong recommendation is by all means, set a date. And when you get to that date, move on with your life. Don't let anybody, quote unquote, judging you keep you from taking care of you from a practical sense when it comes to being an artist. It's just not helpful to you. And listen, your geography may change while you're an actor because of marriages or kids or parents, or doesn't matter. You're going to have dealing with spousal and societal and perhaps family pressures or expectations that you never even thought of that can affect your professional desires and goals. These are all practical things that happen to all of us. And so that practicality is something that I address throughout the Actor OS program. And it's important before you get into it that you know. And my last statement about practicality is this: if you are now, have been in the past, or certainly may be in the future involved in any form of an intimate relationship, that has to be something from a practical space that fuels you to pursue your career, not something that takes away from that. And I'll leave you with this quote on practicality: if you want to be more productive, then you need to become the master of your minutes. And that's from a lovely lady named Crystal Payne. We'll see you guys real soon.